am your Rusame reader, Kurosong, and today I will be reading to you from Everlasting War by Cake. Now, on to Chapter 5, Meeting. America woke up, dreading the idea of his first meeting today. He never had meetings with anyone other than his family or, occasionally, some guards, so he was afraid he'd mess up. "Fuck me," he groaned as he sat up, rubbing his eyes and stretching his arms out after. "Might as well get dressed and see if Melee is awake." America diligently got dressed and left the room, immediately greeted by Canada and Malaysia. "Oh, hey Rika," Canada greeted. "We were just about to see if you were awake." "A letter came in from Father," Malaysia explained, handing him the letter. "Negotiation failed. It's up to you now." "Us. It's up to us. Where's this prince I've got to meet?" "Your meeting isn't till an hour," Canada objected, grabbing the bottom of his coat, a habit developed to do whenever he was 1. Nervous, or 2. Scared. "Doesn't matter. We need to start now at best. Get to know each other and get this damned war over with. South Africa or Hong Kong is going to battle at this point." "South's 17. He's not allowed in till he's 18, and Hong Kong is Father's advisor, as Nadia's acting as yours, and Kiwi is Mother's." Random, but related thoughts. Why are those two advisors to our parents? "They're smart. I don't know what to tell you. And you're more fit for military, Nada, so don't say anything," Malaysia answered, looking out a window. "Here, I found the meeting room. Just follow me." The three walked through multiple corridors, America taking the time to memorize every little detail so he could get to and fro from the meeting room to the room he was staying in. America did notice a very scary, in his opinion, man threatening Turkey. He recognized the man as Egypt, the general to the Haile military. "Here, only you're allowed in. Nada and I will stand guard till his guard comes. Then his guard will take my spot, and I'll go off with their princess somewhere else. Probably the garden." "All right, I'll see you later then," America said, entering the room. Once he shut the door, he looked around the room. A large table sat in the middle, only 2 chairs present. A flag of Muscovy and a flag of Britannia hung on their either side. America walked to the side his flag hung and stood by the chair. "Please be here soon," he mumbled. "I don't want to stand for too long." After a few minutes, the door opened, and in stepped a man. He wore a nice bluish-green uniform with red and yellow flares, matching pants, and a red sash. "Привет. It's a pleasure to meet you." He approached America, who walked to the midway of the table and stuck out his hand. "Crown Prince, Russian Federation of Muscovy." "Crown Prince, United States of America, of Britannia," he returned, shaking his hand. "Let's get started?" "Da." Once the two had sat down, they began negotiations. America had let Russia say what he, or probably his father, wanted. "The land we took from you must be transferred to us," he finished. "Question. You're the youngest, right?" "Male. Youngest male." "Ah, all right. So, how badly do you want this to end?" America asked, wanting to know more about the Muscovites' motives. I don't want any of your land. Otets does. I don't want my siblings living throughout the war. Then there's something we've got in common. America sighed in relief. What if we make this easy? Just sign a treaty and Britannia will give you money. Yet, I am afraid I cannot do that. The two bickered back and forth for the remainder of the session, one trying to reason with the other, trying to end the war. The other kept trying to keep his life and title to do exactly as his father would want him to. A few thoughts of possible compromises entered their head, but the other would disagree if it was brought up. America was losing his patience. Russia was losing his temper. But the two of themselves forced themselves to be professional to an extent. Bickering wasn't exactly professional, but it was what they were doing. Here, we'll call it a day, talk to advisors or whoever. How's that? Fine, the Muscovite replied, standing up. America stood up as well, and the two bowed to each other before Russia left the room, allowing America to drop and slump into the chair, losing all composure he once had in him. He soon left the room, not saying a thing to Canada, just going where he reminds himself his room was. Canada decided to follow behind rather than next to him and stay quiet, realizing America probably didn't have any luck. And he'd be correct. Nada, just go. I need to be alone. All right, he responded, just stopping his tracks as America carried on. That's when America decided not to go to his room, but search for Saudi Arabia, hoping he might be able to help. He looked in the throne room, asking guards, and nobody seemed to know where the Sultan went, except for one person. Oh, Crown Prince America, are you looking for Saudi? America turned to face Turkey, who approached him, a emotion America couldn't decipher plastered on his face. I am. Do you happen to know where he is? America responded, looking around as he asked. He's busy with Iran right now. He's either telling him how he actually feels about him, plotting a way to get rid of Egypt, or telling him he's crown prince. And personally, I hope it's the second option. What's with Egypt anyway? Is there something bothering him? Tokugawa Shogate is, for some reason, he's been trying to get Saudi to declare war on them since his parents wouldn't agree. It's all just some stupid thing. And he still has that position? We asked Saudi to change it, kick him out, or something, but Saudi likes peace. He can't handle many conflicts or he'll get stressed far too easily. Yes, you might think he's not fit for Sultan, but it has its benefits. He's all about compromises, which is why he allowed King Britain and Tsar Russian to send you both here. Now that I think of it, I wonder why Crown Prince Russia's name is so close to his father's. Yeah. Also, Sultan Saudi Arabia likes Prince Iran? Oh, most definitely. He's had a crush on him since we were teenagers about. And yes, we're not related. Yet we have the title. Neji and Hejaz were both great rulers and even better parents, and gave us titles so Saudi wouldn't be alone since they could only have one kid. They sound lovely. They were lovely. Saudi was so devastated when they passed. It took 2 weeks to announce their deaths. They died together? America asked, surprised. Yeah, they were murdered in the garden, hence why Saudi visits there so often. When it's their Remembrance Day, he spends the entire day in the spot they were found, from midnight to midnight. It hurts to see, and Iran has just recently begun staying with him while he's there, bringing him food, water, shade, whatever he needs to keep him healthy and safe. I've been using my own rapier with Morocco and Cyprus to keep yard while he's out there. Who murdered them? Many of the palace guards have claimed it was Egypt. Turkey explained, dropping into a hushed tone. I believe so, too. He wants the crown prince title. It would make sense. He wants to control the country and military. He would make Saudi give him the title, then kill him. Why would someone want that? Being a ruler is hard. Harder if you're the heir, too, America asked as they walked down a new hallway. I've got no answer for you there. He's a crazy man, if you ask me. I think it made sense when Prince Soviet announced that he wouldn't crown the Prince of Muscovy, and rather the General of Muscovite military. America nodded in response, taking notice that the larger windows showed the garden. Turkey stopped and faced the windows, so America did the same. Outside, Saudi Arabia was on his knees, head angled towards the ground. Iran was next to him, holding a parasol over his head, protecting the mourning sultan from the sun. Speaking of which, Turkey started with a sigh, I've got to go head out now. You can come with, but Morocco and Cyprus are both out there and they seem to be looking for me. Turkey turned and America followed on his heels. They approached a door and exited, finding themselves in the garden. The two had remained quiet when they approached a group. Turkey immediately assuming his position, drawing his rapier and holding it against his shoulder, while a hand was on his side, the other the exact same, pinned to his side. America stood by Iran, looking down to Saudi Arabia. He knew he'd be there for a while, so he figured he'd familiarize himself with his surroundings and focus on the Sultan. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.